Hey everyone, Nathaniel here. It's September 14th, 2019, and it's the Iowa State game, so I'm excited for that. But it's also another really important day. Today, this day in history, in 1814, Francis Scott Keyes penned the words that would eventually become known as the Star Spangled Banner. This is very significant because he was on a British ship and he was negotiating the release of American prisoners of war. And the British said, yeah, you can have them. No big deal. But it's not going to matter. Here in a few short hours, they'll all be able to go home anyway. The war will be over. So he wasn't for sure what they meant. And the British admiral pointed over to the horizon where hundreds and hundreds of British ships of the line, major war vessels, were approaching the Fort McHenry in Baltimore, Maryland, to bombard and blow the fort to smithereens. All the Americans would have had to do to stop the bombardment would to be lower the colors. And throughout the night, the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, it gave through the night that the flag was still there. Now, not only were the British surprised at this, but so was Francis Scott Keyes, because he knew that fort was mostly full of women and children, that it wasn't really a military fort, but that there were people there guarding it because that was their job. And upon arriving into the fort, once the British had packed up and had let the men go, they came upon a bit tangled and quite gruesome scene. All the men of the fort, as the battle waged on, to prevent the flag from touching the ground, from preventing the flag from being lowered, they died holding the flagpole so that the fort could not surrender. That, I think, has a significant reason why it's important that the flag doesn't touch the ground or it's not disrespected. Because the idea of what it represents is so much more important than any individual person. That for all of our faults, that there's the idea of what America is and what we have strived to become and we have improved upon, advancing our ideals into our daily lives is something the United States has done each and every single day since its creation, was becoming a better nation, to form that more perfect union. It's been a rough ride, but that flag represents more than a nation. It represents an idea. And today, in 1814, a lot of people gave their lives to say goodbye to their families, to literal support, to become a structurally significant part of the support that supported that idea, to prevent the flag from touching the ground and showing the British that an idea is more important, and the idea of what America is more important than each individual life for them. And so that's a pretty touching moment. And if you ever actually really look into the origins of the national anthem and what was going on, it's quite significant. You'll cry, because the idea that people would give so much for something that people perceive to be so little today, it gives you a lot of perspective on where we're going as a country and why we need to reevaluate all the good things that we've done, because this is a good nation. I have not always been really patriotic, because I've seen a lot of the bad things the United States has done, but I know the good that the country has done too. And I know that right now, for the first time in many, many years, we have a president and an administration that is striving to reclaim those great things that this country has done in the past. And I want to see more of those great things in the future. So happy birthday to the national anthem, and let's go Hawks.
O'er the land of the free and the home of the
Play ball.